A good F2L edge is one that can be lined up next to the left or right centerpieces and have the colors either match or be opposite of each other. And the reason why this is a good edge is because if you insert it with the normal R, U prime, R prime, the edge goes in the correct way. Whereas if you insert a bad edge using R, U prime, R prime, then the edge goes in backwards. Any F2L case that starts with a good edge can be solved using only R, L, and U moves, which means you should be able to find a solution that requires no cube rotations, F moves, wide moves, etc. So for example, you probably know this solution to this F2L case where if you turn the U face so that you can see the cross color on your corner, and then do a cube rotation, take out the edge like that to line it up with the corner, then you can insert it however you want to. However, since you're actually starting with a good edge, you should be able to find a way of solving this that doesn't require any cube rotations. So for example, if you just hide the corner the other way, and then do a U2 when you take out the edge, you can actually just insert them together. So in F2L, the primary purpose of a cube rotation or a sledgehammer or whatever is to turn a bad edge into a good edge. But if you're starting with a good edge already, then your solution shouldn't involve any cube rotations. And if you're starting with a bad edge, then your solution should never involve more than one rotation or sledgehammer or whatever. For example, in this F2L case that starts with a good edge, if you find yourself doing a cube rotation to line up the pieces, and then doing another cube rotation to insert them, try and find a different way of solving this that doesn't require any cube rotations. So for example, you can hide the corner the other way to line up the pieces, or if you have your edge over here, you can even just hide the edge to line up the pieces and then insert them. So, or in this example, one way you might be familiar with to pull out a corner that's facing you like this is using M prime, U prime, L prime, U, wide L to line up the pair, and then you can insert it like that. So we started with a bad edge, and the purpose of the M moves and the wide moves is to turn it into a good edge to be inserted easily. Now I've set up the same two pieces so that they're located the same relative to each other as they were before, except now they're in an adjacent slot, which means that this is actually now a good edge. So if you use the same solution as before to take out the edge, you've actually turned it into a bad edge, which means you still have to do a sledgehammer or a cube rotation or something to insert it. A better solution for this case is actually to just put the edge over here in the back, and then if you take out the corner like this, it lines up the pieces to be inserted. Now notice how a cube rotation will change an edge in the top row from good to bad, or from bad to good, but a cube rotation will not change an inserted edge from one to the other. An inserted edge stays good or bad no matter how many times you rotate. So in this case, like before, if you're rotating once to line up the pieces, and then rotating again to insert them, notice that you started with an inserted bad edge, which means that that first rotation still leaves you with a bad edge, which means that once you take it out, you're still one rotation away from being able to complete the case. What I like to do here is to either put the corner in the back, and then you can just do a sledgehammer, which lines up the pieces and corrects your edge, or you can even just insert the corner and then solve this case. A case can even look almost identical with its good or bad case, but still have a different solution. Like you might look at this pair here and naturally assume that this is going to be a bad edge because it's flipped relative to the corner. However, if you do the check over here with the side centerpiece, this is a good edge. It's really the corner that's on the wrong side that makes it look like that. So a solution to this case will exist that requires only R and U moves. This is the case that looks almost identical to the one we were just looking at, except now we have a bad edge, which means you're either going to have to do a cube rotation and then solve it the same way, or you're going to have a planned solution that incorporates a sledgehammer or some way of correcting this bad edge. Now I did title the video Rotationless F2L, but that doesn't mean that I'm recommending that you never rotate the cube during your F2L. What I do recommend is that you know how to do as many bad edge cases as possible without needing to do a rotation so that you have the option to choose. A rotationless solution to some cases can be extremely fast, but rotating so that you're inserting into a back slot can be much better for look ahead. And sometimes the solution to a bad edge case with rotation just is faster than anything that you might be able to come up with without a rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out with more F2L case videos like this, and I'm always going to show how I do all the cases, front and back slots, good and bad edges, basically from all different angles.